Hello there. Welcome to Raincross Farms Makery. This is Robin, and plugging my microphone into my phone right now is my husband Bill. He helps me out behind the camera, behind the computer. And welcome, welcome. I hope you come on in, say hello in the comments so I know who's here. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Saturday evening. Let me, I did, I had to think about it. I always do. Okay, let me get this set up. Doo-doo-doo. Specific post, select the post. Hey, somebody's giving us hearts. Somebody's here. Hello. Okay, this looks like the one we are going to pin it to. We're going to save that. And we're going to publish. Hey, Patty, thank you. Hi, and thank you for sprinkling. I think that is good to go. I'm hoping so. And let me get this. So how is everybody? Hi, Cheryl. How are you doing? Did you survive your Thanksgiving? I sure hope so. You're here, so you must have survived. Okay. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for sprinkling, Cheryl. Let me just get this out as a reminder. We would love it and so appreciate it if you would hit that heart button, if you would follow our page if you're not already following, and if you would sprinkle this video out to your page, to your friend's page that you know, somebody who might be crafty. That really helps us. Hey, Nancy, welcome. Anyway, we love this. This all helps us. And we have a fun little project. I didn't bring my adjectives. Actually, this is going to be a quick project, and we are going to use one of these glass blocks. How many of you have seen these glass blocks in home decor stores or craft stores? Anyway, this one is about 7.5-inch square by about a little longer than 3 inches wide. Hey, Sue. I'm sorry you've had health issues. You can always watch the replays, but we have missed seeing you. I hope your health issues are getting better. Anyway, we are going to chalk a design on this and fancy it up for Christmas. These look so pretty on a mantle or up on a shelf. So this is the transfer we're going to use. This is Joy to the World Nativity. So inside, I don't know if you can see, inside the O, there's a little nativity scene. So we are going to chalk that on this and get it all fancy. If you are interested in the supplies that I'm using, you can comment joy in the comments and you'll get some information. You'll get a link to my chalk site and you can take a look at all the supplies. So our keyword tonight is joy, and I'm going to write the name of the transfer on the back of here. Joy to the world. Nativity. That is so if I get a bunch of transfers out, I'll know which backer to put it on. So how is everybody have a great Thanksgiving? We sure did. Very quiet, very small. Anyway, tell us about yours. So this is a sticky backed self-adhesive transfer. It is a silk screen. Inside there, you can kind of see through it, right? Where looks like openings, there's actually a fine mesh screen. And that's what we're going to use to decorate this surface. Now this is sticky, and I'm going to put it on some smooth glass. And that means it's going to stick extra hard. Okay, you're exhausted from Thanksgiving. I bet you are. And you've even had an extra day because we didn't go on last night. Hopefully, you've had a little time to recuperate. Anyway, we're going to put some fuzz on this, a little bit of lint. So I've got my little towel here, and I'm just putting a little bit of lint on this because it's going to stick really, really well to this glass. And when I go to pull it up, you had 15 people over. Oh my. And you hosted? Did you have to do all the cooking or did you do potluck, Patty? So when I go to pull this up, if it sticks really tight and I have to really tug at it, I could stretch and distort my transfer. So I don't want to do that. So I'm putting quite a bit of lint on it. Okay, now these are craft ones. You can get these in building supply stores because they actually, not this exact, this is meant to be a craft one, but they sell these as building materials. Like uh, windows that are difficult to see through. Anyway, these are craft ones, and they actually have here, either on the whatever you want to call that, bottom, top, or side, it has a little plastic cap, and it's got an opening, so we're going to stick some fairy lights down in there. So I think that is going to be the bottom. I'm going to put that on the bottom. And I'm going to put out a towel just because it's glass. I just don't want to scrape it up. And I'm just going to make sure I don't have any oils or anything on here. So we had to butcher the turkey because it was too small, too big to fit in the smoker. Oh, well, Bill had to butcher 2 turkeys too. Probably a little more intensively than you had to. Okay, so I've got that cleaned off. I have my transfer all fuzzed, and I'm going to try to center this as best as I can on the glass. And I'm going to just push it down, make sure there's no air bubbles, make sure you did the main dishes and everything. Oh, that's good. And hopefully they helped you with the cleanup. And hopefully somebody was there to help you with the setup too. Okay, so I'm just making sure there's no big chunks of fuzz underneath here. I don't want my paste to bleed through that. And it feels pretty good. And I'm going to use, this looks like black, but it is Shimmer Shadow. So it is black with mica flakes in it. So it has a little bit of sparkle, not exactly like glitter, but it gives it a little bit of sparkle. The camera won't pick it up, but it's basically black with some sparkle in it. Awesome, Bill. You sent her some photos. Okay. No idea which ones you sent, but anyway, you know what?
Me standing outside Howard's.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm actually going to move this over just a tad because it almost looks like it's not centered. It is centered on that block, but because of the way the J is formed and the way the Y is formed, it actually is doing what is that called? An optical illusion. And it looks like it's not centered. So I'm actually going to move that over. And that will look more centered, I think. Yeah, all 3.
Wow.
Taken by the 4th.
Wow.
Okay, so I've got my squeegee, I've got my chalk paste. Again, this is chalk in paste form, and I've got just a little bit of it on my squeegee, and I'm going to just drag it over that screen. Now, I'm using paste, So this is semi-permanent. If I wanted to, I could dampen the paste after it dries and scrape it off and do something completely different on it. Our pastes are not meant to be permanent unless they go on a surface that is non-porous or that is porous, and then it's kind of permanent. But if you wanted to make this permanent, you could do this same thing with our inks and heat set it, because you could put this glass in the oven and you could heat set it, and then your design would be permanent if you used ink. Okay, so I'm making sure.
Just had a question. Have you ever tried to heat set the paste?
I have not.
I wondered if
I
that
have
would
not. I
change
don't
the
know if it would
composition at all.
scorch it, or I don't know. I just haven't tried it. I should probably experiment. Okay, so I'm taking off all the excess and I'm going to peel this off. Oh, you love it, Bill. Any attention is good attention.
That's right.
Okay, so it's stuck pretty hard because it's a smooth glass surface. So I'm just going to kind of walk it off. There we go. Joy to the world. Yay, yay. I'm gonna put this on my dish drying mat. Set this over here, and I'm going to just spray it with some water till I'm ready to clean it. In fact, I can clean it right now. So here we go. I don't know if it shows up that to the world because it's on glass, but it's Joy, and then in script down below, to the world, and it's that sparkly black paste. Okay, so let's clean up. That's all the chalking we're going to do. Simple, simple, simple. Again, I think I got this glass block at Michael's. I know Hobby Lobby also sells them. I think the Michael's ones are like 7.5 inch, and the Hobby Lobby ones are 8 inches. So probably kind of neither here nor there, but anyway, so I've got this sprayed. I'm going to take a Swedish dishcloth or a paper towel, and to clean this, I'm using water, and I'm using this cloth just to get that top layer of the paste off. But you can see it's still dirty. Still needs to be cleaned up. But we're not done. So if this was a paper towel, I would toss it. This I'm just going to rinse out and reuse. Now I'm going to switch over to my board eraser. This is very similar material as a magic eraser. They work really well with our transfers. There are no chemicals in them to damage the material or the stickiness. So, and it's just grabbing that paste and pulling it out of the screen. That's what we're working for, to get it out of the screen. I'm going to turn it over because the paste kind of goes through the screen and comes around the back. Plus we put all that fuzz on it. So we're also going to clean the back. Same thing. Just making sure that paste gets out of the screen. And I'm also making sure I'm cleaning up any of that fuzz. Okay, so you can see my screen is clean, no paste in it. So I'm going to let that air dry. And then when it's dry, I'm going to put it back on its backer sheet and put it back in its little plastic envelope, and it will be good to go to reuse. The company guarantees 10 to 12 times so you can reuse them, but I know from experience that if you clean them up and take good care of them, you can get 20 or more uses out of them. Okay, so here is our design, and I'm going to just make sure it's dry. And then we're going to do some decoration. Now, after it's dry, it'll be smudge and budge proof. I'll be able to rub my hand over it, not scratch at it, but I could rub my hand over it and that paste is not going anywhere. But while it's still damp, I can smudge it. So I want to make sure it's dry. It only takes a minute or two to dry. Now you could, I didn't prepare for this, but you could fill this with something like, well, if you had a lot of it, you could use that fake snow. You could fill this up with fake snow or um, paper shreds like you use in gift baskets to fill up space, the little paper fillers. She doesn't say everything she thinks. Hey, Ken! Katja! Thanks for not asking us to start over. Well, that's another reason why you like her. Okay, so I think that's dry. I'll be careful with it anyway. But anyway, you could stick something in here to kind of, because it is a little bit difficult to see it because there's no, it's clear. But if you put it up against a wall or a colored background like this, it's a lot easier to see. So you could stuff the inside with something. And what I'm going to stuff it with won't fill up space. I have some fairy lights. So I think I got these on Amazon. They're battery operated and they're just these little tiny LED lights on a wire. And I'm just going to kind of shove them in there. Now you need to stay in there, lights. There we go. Now I could shove this entire battery pack in there, but then I'd have to take it out to every time I wanted to turn it off. So I'm just going to put the little lid back on it and shake them down and let you see. Ooh, I don't know, it probably doesn't show up super well for you, but fairy lights back there. Okay, we're not done. We're going to put a bow on the top. Give it a little bit of color. Okay, for bows, I don't know that I've done this on a live. I think I did it on a reel, but I'm going to get out my Easy Bow Maker and we're going to make a bow with our Easy Bow Maker. So, how many of you have used one of these or have one of these? Know what a bow maker is? Some people, it's a giant pain to use one of these, but I wanted to show you how because bows can be very intimidating for people. Now why this works is there's a place for you to loop your bows, and this helps hold it in place so you don't have like 1,000 pieces of ribbon you're trying to hold in your hands. This holds it in place, and then there's measurements all along the outside so you can measure how wide you want your loops, and that way you can make them even. Okay, let's see. Cheryl, Ken has never used one of these. We might have to get you one for Christmas. Cheryl has this one and the Pro Bow the Hand. Pro Bow the Hand. Okay. I'm sure is it just another brand. Is it any different, Cheryl? Yeah, I saw that about the fire at the Mission Inn. I tell you, if it's not Mount Rubidoux.
Well, that's in
in
July.
July. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take my ribbon. This is actually a little place where you can hold your ribbon. If it works for you, great. And then I want, let's see, these are, what did I say? This was about 7.5. So I want my bow loops to be about 3 inches. So it's going to be kind of a smallish bow. So I'm actually going to make the tails 5 inches. So I just put it in there and then I push it down. Now you have to pay attention to whether you have double-sided ribbon or just single-sided ribbon. This is single-sided ribbon. So, and you see how it lays down there and I don't have to keep holding it. If you're using single-sided ribbon, you need to twist it so that the good side comes up. If it's double-sided, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so here I've got my ribbon. I want it 3 inches. So I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to twist it so that I have the good side is down so I can flip it over. And again, I'm going to go back to 3 inches here. And I'm going to push that down and twist it. So what's nice is that I don't have to hold this the whole time. Now I'm going to do 3 loops on each side. I'm going to make that 3 inches there. Put that down and twist it around. Hey, Teresa, we're glad you're here. You and Ken were both late. Hopefully you weren't out shenanigating together. We are glad you're here. Okay, so I'm just making a bow for my glass block. And again, I'm lining all these up so that all of the loops are going to be 3 inches long. Now, I could easily switch out colors if I wanted to do multiple color bows. So I can do a couple of loops and I can switch out, put a different ribbon on, and do some more loops. Okay. How am I going here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Got that down. I'm going to push that in place. I fell asleep, just woke, will be up all night. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes that happens to me, but generally I can sleep. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off at about 5 inches also. So that was how you make a bow. We're not quite done. Okay, so I need to adhere this. I need to tie this together. So I could do string. I could do another piece of ribbon. I'm going to do a zip tie. So I got these zip ties from I think these are from Dollar Tree. The ribbon, I believe, was from Hobby Lobby. Okay. So I'm going to shove this under there. I'm going to pull this up all in one piece. And I'm going to get this zip tie started. Come on. And pull it tight. What are you guys talking about? Short people. Shenanigating. Shenanigating.
I asked, is that even a word? And Ken said, it's short for people. I said, or is it for short people?
Okay, so now because I used wired ribbon,
I see you're just moving on without
I'm
comment.
just moving on.
All right.
I don't want to offend anybody.
Oh no, we wouldn't want to do that.
Okay, so because I used wired edge ribbon, I can just kind of puff it out and put those loops wherever I want them. I love that ribbon. It's red, but the glitter is iridescent. So the glitter goes from gold to red to green, depending on how the light hits it. So I'm going to dovetail this and dovetail this. Teresa's short. See, we don't want to offend her. Okay, so we've got our bow with our loops wherever we want them. Now I'm going to trim off this piece of zip tie, set that aside, and I could wrap ribbon all the way around, but I don't want to block off the little cap. So I'm just going to hot glue this to the top. So it won't be permanent. If I wanted to, I could peel it off. But if it's just going to be sitting somewhere, the ribbon will hold on there fine. So I'm going to take a glob of hot glue.
All right, just as an interesting idea,
Uh-huh.
I looked up real quick and I saw the thing with the lights on and the word joy and the red shirt behind it, and I thought, I wonder if you had some like shiny metallic paper or something that you could put inside behind it,
like paper shreds, yeah, only the mylar kind.
Or actually, yeah, that, or actually a sheet of wrapping paper that's metallic looking in the background, or something with texture.
Yeah, that'd
be an interesting look too.
Be a good idea.
You'd be able to see the word joy all the time, and the light would reflect off of it.
Okay.
Be interesting.
Yeah, I'm just letting that set up. You're not my hub. You're not. Oh, you're not my hubby. You're not my hubby. Calls me Shorty. Well, that doesn't mean you like it. Bill calls me Shorty too, but I'm not short. I'm just shorter than him. Okay, so I think that is in place. So without tugging on it, I'm going to rearrange these loops and tell me what you think. Okay. These hanging out the side. Okay, here we go. What do you think?
You liked it.
It's pretty. It's really pretty up in person where you can see the letters really well. Now I also got this. This I got from Hobby Lobby, so it's a tiny bit too big, but it's a stand to hold this. You don't have to put it on a stand, but they were $4.99 and they were on sale. So I got a stand. Is that called a glass vase? It's actually a glass block, but you could get, I've seen square vases. I think I've even seen something similar to that at Dollar Tree. But this is actually a glass block, similar to what they use as building materials. So here it's on its little stand, so it kind of lifts it up. If you wanted to hide the cords, you could take some greenery and just kind of block that off if you wanted to. Get the labels off. Cheryl loves it. Teresa loves it. Patty thinks it's pretty. Thank you. Now I wish I had a mantle. I don't have a fireplace mantle. We're kind of doing a fake-o thing with our fireplace to kind of give the illusion of a mantle, but That's one thing I miss, having a fireplace mantle. But we don't have a mantle because our fireplace is round, completely round in the center of our house. So it would look kind of funny to have a mantle that you could set things on. So stay tuned though. You're going to be seeing something that we'll be doing with our mantle. Okay, so here is our little glass block. What do you think? I'm trying to show the letters and they're just not showing up super well, but it looks so cute in the dark with those lights. So I hope you will think about making one of these. Again, if you're interested, I'm going to stop talking so I have a decent photo. If you're interested in making one of these, you're interested in the supplies, comment joy in the comments and you'll get a link. Couple reminders, this is also the very end of week 4 of our Black Friday month of specials. So if you want to take a look at that, you can type in sale. You can follow the links to the week 4 sale. We have about 30 some transfers on sale, 30 to 50% off. They are everyday themed, not holiday themed, but something that could be used every day. So you might want to take a look at that. That is good through Sunday evening at midnight. And then I don't know the specifics, but I know they are going to do something else. Even though there's not another full week left in November, I think they're going to do something for Cyber Monday. So be looking on our page for the details of that. And let's see. Well, thank you, Nancy. And you know what? I noticed you are on, and you usually can't because your bandwidth isn't strong enough, but whatever's working.
She's at school right now, right?
I imagine so.
Yeah, so
but
hopefully she's having a good day off.
anyway, hope you're having a nice day off. I'm glad you were able to stick with us. And was there anything else I wanted to tell you? We got out some new product the beginning of the week. It's the winter collection, but it's not Christmas. It is holidays and seasonal things beyond Christmas. So it's snow themed and Valentine's Day themed, and there's even some St. Patrick's Day things in there. So take a look at that. You can type in sale. You can type in winter. Any of those will get you the bot and you can look at the link. So thank you so much for hanging with us on a Saturday night. If you're not already following our page, please do. If you are interested in getting notifications right as we go live, you can type notifications in the comments and you can follow that link to sign up for our free notifications. So thank you, sweetie. Anyway, simple project, but it's gorgeous. It's very elegant, and I'm going to be thinking about what I can stuff in there to kind of make those letters pop out better. So, okay, thanks so much. Okay, yay. I think Teresa got her link.
Ken says it's very significant.
It is very significant. It's significant, Ken. So thanks for joining us. I don't know if we'll be on tomorrow night. We'll be back soon though with some more great things. So thanks again. Have a great rest of your weekend and be safe. Bye-bye.